Why hello YouTube! Greetings from LazyEyebrowReviewer. So I recently got an N64 because I had one and then I got rid of it and then I wanted it again, so I just bought a new one and it was a pretty good deal, to be honest. So on with the N64 mod. I did a mod! Yes, I did a mod! Why did I do a mod? Well, I'm a person that likes to modify things, just to personalize things. I also like trying new things. So after seeing a few people do it on the internet, I was interested in trying it on my own. So I busted open my N64 and I saw what I could do, because as everyone knows, the N64 is black and gray and has an orange light up thing. There were other ones that were see-through, but nothing else really that was translucent. I'm okay with the black personally, but I wanted to see if I could do something with it. So the first thing I did, I bust open my N64. After that I looked around, didn't know what I was doing, found an online tutorial, and found out that in the AV port, there is a 5-volt lead out as well as a ground terminal that you can connect to. So, being a person that isn't very good at soldering, I really fiddled with it, got it somehow without having any of the terminals bridged, and the soldering worked out fine, as you can see in the picture. I am really impressed by this because it scared the heck out of me doing it. After that, I bought some LED bulbs. Not these bulbs. These bulbs suck. They're rated for milliamps, they're not rated actually for volts, and this thing runs on a 5-volt system, so they burned out pretty quickly. So I went online and bought some ones that were rated for 5 volts. Actually, they were rated for 3 volts, but they came pre-installed with a resistor. After that, I caused branching pathways because we're wiring these in parallel. Because if anyone remembers their grade 9 science class, series and parallel will two different basic circuits, and parallel will keep the voltage while splitting up the amperage evenly across the board. I'm okay with this. I didn't know how it would turn out for the AV circuits, but that seems to be what everyone did anyway, so that's what I did. From there, I snapped off the red LED that's on the front of the board and replaced it with a blue one that ran under the metal heatsink to the back of the board to meet up with the two branching pathways. You'll also notice I've painted the controller ports. Each color represents the color that shows up in Smash. Red for player 1, blue for player 2, yellow for player 3, and green for player 4. This also makes kind of an issue for Star Fox since yellow is player 1 and red player 2 and then green player 3 and blue player 4. I don't know why they did it that way, but Falk was player 4 in Star Fox. After that, I took the interior glow blue lights and soldered them together. Then, using some PCB board that I bought from Radio Shack, or The Source, or whatever it's called nowadays, I cut it to size and burned 2 holes where I could put the LED lights, since again, they came pre-installed and I couldn't just slot them into the holes. After that, I fit it into the section where the N64 logo used to be. You'll also note I've taken out the N64 logo, as it was translucent clear plastic as is, which I don't get. If Nintendo had the ability to do this in the first place, why didn't they? Like, was it just so that modders could have something to do in their spare time? I'm not sure. The other thing you'll note is I've cut away the plastic where the N64 logo used to be. After that, I tested all the lights since they were all wired up to make sure they worked. And as you can see, the LED power indicator works, all the interior glow is lit up, and the N64 logo is lit up itself. However, upon assembling all the wires where they should go, I've noticed a slight problem. The N64 logo isn't very brightly lit. So from there, I had 2 options. I could face it back, where it would be very dimly lit, but it would have an even coat along the N64 logo. I wasn't very happy with this, however the only other option there was having the lights face forward. This caused a different problem, that being, although it's brightly lit, there are 2 spots specifically where the lights are showing up behind. This kind of irked me, and between the 2 I wasn't sure which to go. I probably would have gone the backlit dark route, however there was an option that I came up with. Paint! Yes, if anyone remembers Magic School Bus way back in the day, they had an episode on light pinball, rainbow, or whatever that episode was called. Either way, it kind of showed you that the light would reflect. And yes, it did. And who of you didn't know that Magic School Bus would help you in your older days? Haha. So I painted the expansion port shell and the top shell white, so that white would reflect evenly. And it actually lit it up very brightly and evenly, which is the effect that I wanted in the first place. After that, I taped down the blue LED lights and put them where they were supposed to go and bent them into shape. Then I glued the tape down to make sure it wasn't going anywhere. After that, I put the white LEDs into the circuit board, glued that in place, and then faced the LEDs back. After that, I put everything in place, screwed it all together, and then glued the N64 logo in place. Okay, so here we are after all said and done. It's all back in place. As you've seen, I detailed the power button, the power expansion, the reset button. In the back, you can see I detailed the Nintendo logo. And there's space slot. This is originally going to be the case for my EverDrive whenever it shows up, but it's in the mail right now. So until then, this is the case for Motocross 2000 by EA Games. Not a game I'd recommend. So let's test it up. As I've said before, I've connected to the AV out towards the TV. I don't know how this would react. I'm not sure if it'll change anything. By what I've seen, it shouldn't change anything. So let's plug it in and see what's going on. So, red controller, player 1. You know how it goes. Because red the controller is always player 1. And we turn it on, and bam! Honestly, I'm very impressed with this work. As you can see, the N64 logo is very well lit, evenly. There's no spotting or anything. It's excellently lit. The blue LED is shining bright. Used to be red, but now it's a bright blue. We can see there's now underglow coming through from the blue interior. It's also showing up on Space Sloth over there. If you want to read that, you guys can. You guys can't read that. It says EverDrive 64 because we're married. It's an inside joke. As far as the TV thing, it's coming through fine. I don't see anything wrong with it. The resolution's the same. The brightness is the same. Nothing's changed. And the N64 still looks fantastic. I'm happy with the work. Are you happy with the work? My wife, are you happy with the work?
It's a console.
Yeah, apparently she doesn't care. I like it. It intrigues me. It makes me very proud to own this console.
I'm happy that you're happy, but to me, it's just a console that I would never play.
Shut your mouth! What? You'll never play the N64? Better take a Harvest Moon. Okay. Anyway, this is the N64 Blue Lit Console. I'm quite happy with my work. Thing off, thing on. It looks so amazing. And the thing about the blue LED is you don't even realize it's there. It's very unintrusive. Like when it's off, it's off. It just looks like a standard N64. It's been painted, and then you turn it on, and bam! I'm quite happy with it. I can't say enough how excellently happy I am with this. The way it turned out, the whole 9 yards. I really hope it doesn't burn out because this looks incredible. To me, anyway. Anyway, this has been LazyEyebrowReviewer, signing off. You gonna sign off too?
Bye.
Yeah, she signed off. Okay, bye. So here we are after all said and done.
Oh, sorry.
Now I gotta re-record. You know how long it takes? I have to press the button twice. Twice! Okay?
I don't know
I don't
want
to.
I pushed the down button, but it kept going up. What?
I'm still recording. This will be in the bloopers.
No!
Yes.
No!
I pressed the down button, but I kept going up.
Shut up! I'm not going in bloopers.
Okay.
You don't have bloopers. You never have bloopers.
Okay, fine. Anyway, okay. So here we are after all said and done, all recorded. For goodness sakes!
Okay, now it's down.
Are we good now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So help me, if you turn it back up.
I didn't turn it up at all.
Okay. So here we are.
Kept pushing the.
I'm trying to record!
Okay, maybe that should go in the bloopers.
Okay, are we good now?
Yes.
Okay. So here we are now after... Are you serious? For real? These people are waiting. Waiting to learn how to play N64. You're laughing quietly. If this shows up on camera, I'm gonna give you a wet willy. Okay. Can't even record it anymore. You're just laughing so hard.